What was it like working with Randy Savage? Did you ever have to
I
work
was
with?
no good. I didn't like to work against him. He's probably one of the worst guys that we had to work with
Why is that?
because he was temperamental, unbelievable. I know this guy when he started the business. I had this one of his first match. His father in Chicago were working. He was from Chicago. He was a baseball player,
Right, Angel.
and we're working a match in Peoria, and it's Dan Angelo coming, and he said, "Take care of my son. We're going to have a good match with him." He was just a young kid, black hair, like this and all that, and no problem. It was very nice. And then when he got this break with Vince, that changed like night and day. It was fucking nuts. I mean, I had not a fight with him almost one night. Probably the only guys in the business. He got pissed off because he is working with Bad News Brown in someplace in Reno, Nevada, or Reno, Nevada. Worked with him. He was a champion. He was sick, of course. He had the flu. He goes in the ring with Bad News Brown, and Bad News Brown was not the best guy in the world to work against him. Different type of
Stop.
worker.
Right.
But he went in the ring and he worked. That match lasted me 5-6 minutes. I got pissed off when they come back. I told him, I said, listen, I wait until all the guys are gone when they're there. I said, Randy, I said, you guys, it was the shit tonight. I said, the champion, you're supposed to come back against in 1 month times. And you think the people's going to come back and see the match here? And you went about 5 minutes. Then he said, it's okay. He was pissed. He was sick. He had the flu, and But still, if you're the champion, if you're gonna go 5 minutes, don't go there. You stay at home. That's that's my opinion of me. But then the next day, no, he said I can't remember the other town we were working. He says. Okay, tonight, Randy, I said, that's what I told him that night. I said, last night you didn't go long enough. No, he got pissed off. Well, tonight I go 30 minutes. I said, great, I love it.
Huh.
I love it. Go 30 minutes.
Right.
He went 30 minutes, but it was a lousy match. And then after that, we're finished our tour on the circuit. And we had they had TVs, but I was not a TV. They sent me in New Orleans for a NAPTE convention.
Right.
And I didn't know what happened on TV, but apparently somebody told Savage, and on the report, they told him that he had a lousy match, that he'd go along. Now he was pissed up, and I don't know who told him, but I know the guy. I won't mention his name, but I know who told him. The guys from the office told him, Randy. Then we work in Columbus, Ohio. After the week in NAPTA, they come back from the TV, we're working on the year of Randy Savage going. Come back on, I was upstairs, and he was with his wife, Elizabeth, at that time. And upstairs, and the dressing room is downstairs in that building at the time in Columbus, Ohio. We'll take the elevator, come back up, and it's full of cops and people there. I'm walking up there to see if there's something. He started screaming at me. "It's the son of a bitch! You told me that." I said, "Listen, Wendy, let's go up there and let's talk together about this incident up there." He said, "You called the office and everything." "Yeah, I called." I said, "That's my job to call the office." "Yeah, but he said you shouldn't do that." And they started giving me shit and everything. I calmed myself, like I told someone, because I didn't want to lose my job as an agent. But if I would have been a wrestler, you want to talk to me, I would punch him right in the mouth at that time. And I would have done it really easily. But that's the way he was, because he was too much on juiced up or wherever that is. That's, that was his problem.
Right.
And another time we were in Detroit, we had a match. Me and Tony Guerrero was together at that time, on that night. And we put Elizabeth on the building at the Crystal Palace there, the wrestling when the boys wrestling. Then right in the middle is a separation and there's a concession stand, but just for the guys who work there. and he had her in a room there, and he had her locked in.
I was going to ask you about that. A lot of people say about that.
he had her locked. And then Goofy Savage gone. Now it's time, and he's walking by the wall. You should see he's going like this back and forth. Now, I go up there and I say, Randy, that's time for the main event. You on there? No, he's coming screaming at me again. He said you didn't give any protection to Elizabeth and everything. There was all cops around him. And he's coming, and all the cops and everybody, security people coming, we're going through the arena. He's banging on the wall there. Bang, bang. Oh, yeah, that's really the only incident I ever had with the guys, you know.
All right. What about Ultimate Warrior? What was he like to work with?
Well, the Ultimate Warrior, he was not a bad guy, but it's another guy who was too much on the, you know.
The guys.
Yeah.
What about Roddy Piper?
Roddy Piper likes me very good.
Good talker?
Yeah. Oh, great, yeah.
Okay.
One of the first guys to do those type of interview, you know, a Hollywood type thing with a script, you know, and thing like that.
Right.
You know.
Guys also around this time period in the locker room were Paul Orndorff. Any problems with Paul?
No, Paul Orndorff, no. He had one with Vader in Atlanta, but that was with the other company.
Right, WCW specifically.
Yeah.
Okay. And Hulk Hogan, do you think he changed a lot once he, got all his fame? You worked with him back in the early 80s, and now here it was in 84 when Vince made him and he became a huge superstar. Did his personality change?
No, Hogan was easy to get along.
Right.
You know, was he easy to get along for some reason?
Now, you worked with the 80s guys, the Hogans and the Pipers, and then obviously the business progressed and other guys came in to take their spots, like The Rock and The Undertaker and Steve Austin. How would you compare the newer stars to the older stars?
Which newer star?
Like The Rock and The Undertaker and Steve Austin compared to the guys like...
Well, The Undertaker to me was one of the bigger best worker in the business. Undertaker. This guy is this guy to get along with. He's a nice guy. He works his ass off when he's in the ring, hurt or not hurt. He's the best.
Right.
He's the best.
You consider him a locker room leader? A lot of people say that.
Oh yeah. He's the best. You know. But the other guys.
The Rock.
The Rock was okay too. You know. I didn't work that much around the Rock because that's...
when you kind of get out.
You know, I got out in 1997, you know, and then it was... he came up with... he worked a few matches with his dad, and he came to training in New York at the time to become a wrestler and all that. But I didn't work that much with him, but a few times... I remember one time I told him, I don't know if you remember that, one time we were doing a TV up in some town of... I don't know exactly the name of the town, but we had to redo a match because the match was, I told Vince, I said, because at the time, me and Tony Guerrero was putting the guys, I said, the match is a shit. I said, you should redo it. Then I tried to find some guys, but at the time it was late at night, almost we were finished. And I tried to find some guys, and I saw The Rock. I said, you got your key. At that time, he was not The Rock now. He was just another jabroni.
Right.
You know, but he was training for to become a star.
Right.
But I said, where's your gear? I said, I need you to go in the ring. He said, I didn't bring mine. I said, you got to be kidding. I said, you're supposed to have your gear and everything. And that was, you know, and then finally I found another guy, put him on the ring. But that's all the only incident that I ever had. It was not an incident.
Right.
But, you know, business-wise, I wouldn't have him to do a job, but he would have been with the other guys, you know.
Any problems ever with guys saying, "Oh, I'm not doing a job"? Besides the
No.
Okay.
No.
Were you there in Montreal for the Bret Hart screw job?
No.
You weren't there for that.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.